Hello, everyone. Tobi Akinwale made a grand entry to the Strategy Club when she joined us just about a week or two ago and won second place in our pitch competition. She made such an impression that we decided to give her this offer of an interview on Native Africa. We'd like you to stay tuned as we ask her about confidence, unrestricted, unbounded confidence in as an emerging entrepreneur in Africa. I'll be with you in just a minute. All right, welcome, Toby. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Awesome. All right. So, those of us who are watching from wherever you are, watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, please let us know where you're watching from. We'd like to know you. You can pitch on the chat. Just tell us what you do, and we'll get to know you better. But we're going to get to know what Toby does. Who is Tobi Akins, or who is Tobi Akinwale? Forgive my slight Igbo accent in mentioning the name. Please
It's
tell
fine,
us
sir.
who you are.
Okay, like you said, I am Akinwale Abiodun Oluwatobi, but I like to keep it short as Tobi Akins. But a lot of people call me the Beats Guru because of how creative I've been over the years with beat making, and I thank God that just a few years I've been able to I don't know, I've just been doing my thing, but I think people have been impressed with what I've been doing, and then I get a lot of support here and there from customers that patronize us to people that recommend us to more people. So that's how Tobit's creation started. We started as I just started by assisting someone with something, with stringing a necklace. That's how I started. I just
Okay.
started by stringing a necklace for someone, a broken necklace. And after that, I felt, wow, I could do this again. So I bought some beads. I did something else for myself. Then from there, I felt I could continue, and I started doing that. Then from there, I I started creating my own designs. That's how I started.
So
Even
how long
before,
have you been doing this?
um, I started since 2014.
Okay.
2014, but officially 2016.
Officially 2016. So that's about this is the eighth year, 2024, right? Correct? The eighth year you've been doing this. And how has it been, both in terms of satisfaction, in terms of income, in terms of your growth? What would you say?
Okay, in terms of income, I think it has been a bit satisfactory, but we can do better, right?
Do more. Yeah.
We can do better. We need more clientele, but I'm just happy that we've been able to get people to understand our designs and identify with it. People just they love our uniqueness, they love our designs, and they come to appreciate it. So I think that's just, if you're able to satisfy your customers and they love what they get, they will continue referring you to other people.
Awesome. So I think what Toby is doing is bootstrapping. She's not asking for $100,000 from whoever foundation. She is just growing her customer base. She's engaging. She's getting referrals, and she is growing. Now, some people have joined us in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of hellos from Dixon, hellos from Elizabeth, from Uche, from Beatrice, from Chisom. What I want you to do a short pitch. Let everyone on the chat know what you do in 2, 3 sentences. That's what you do anytime you get into a platform like this. And I want to appreciate Tobi that she's so confident, so confident. I don't know how many times you've been on air or on the internet. A few people are quite shy with those kinds of things, but that is basically what we're going to talk about today. What makes you so confident? I'm going to ask you a question, a very interesting question in a Nigerian context. Has anyone ever asked you, what is your own self? Why are you posing like this? Why are you troubling us like this? Any question like that? Tell us about that.
Uh, I've got some questions like that, but my response is usually the sky is just large enough for all the birds to soar, right? So everyone is free to fly, but you can choose to be an eagle, you can choose to be a regular bird, and overtaking is allowed. So
Wow.
do you?
Have you overtaken everyone? You've overtaken everyone, right? You just choose to be the eagle.
I just choose to be myself. So I choose to be an eagle. So every other person can choose to overtake. If I can overtake, I mean, it's not, we're not in any competition.
Yeah.
So let's just do what we have to do to be what we want to be. That's it.
All right. So that means that you're not competing with anyone. You're simply being the best of what you can be. And you're
Yeah.
not too bothered about that question. What is your own self? Won't you let other people shine
Like
too?
I,
Right?
I to also understand that they should also try to be the best where they are. They shouldn't try to notice someone else or trying to compete with someone else. I mean, it's not productive. It's
Okay.
not productive.
So where's that line for you between confidence and arrogance? Do you have any? I mean, do you think they are related? Where's the boundary?
There's a boundary because confidence is a positive and healthy belief in yourself or in your ability, right? But arrogance is like an exaggerated sense of self importance or superiority over other people. So there are different ways you can know if it's arrogant someone is exuding, or if they're exuding self confidence. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course I can hear you.
Yes, there are different ways. Arrogant people are not humble. You can check with that. Humility is one of the ways you can check for confidence. Confident people are humble. And
Mhm.
an arrogant person is not humble. They are not. They're just all over the place trying to step on people's toes and all. But one of the ways you can check for confidence is humility. Another way is respect for others. Confident people respect people, they respect boundaries, they respect people's spaces. They also acknowledge their own limitations too. They
All
they know
right.
they don't know everything. They know they
Mm-hmm.
don't know all. They are able to take corrections from others. They don't think even if I'm the best in a particular space, they still believe okay, they can still take corrections, they can still learn more, they can still be better. But an arrogant person will think he's the know all, right?
Mm.
And that's it. That those are the different ways you can know differentiate between confidence and arrogance.
Okay. When you came into the Strategy Club WhatsApp group and you saw the pitch competition and you just took it over, presented yourself, if you were coming into like an in-person meeting like that, it would have appeared like you walk in majestically and you raise your hand and say, I want to speak. And then you go on stage and suddenly you're the winner, right? Now,
It was a shock to me too.
if somebody is watching that, someone could perceive it as, why doesn't she wait for her turn, right? Someone could perceive it as arrogance. Someone could perceive it as she's so full of herself. She thinks she can just come here and shake all of us. How would you how would you respond to that?
Okay, I would say that the group I was sent the link to join, and
Yeah.
I joined like every other person. Then I also made a decision to be part of the pitch because when I saw the post for the pitch, I felt like I just joined. Am I supposed to be part of this? But then there was no clause there that, okay, if you've joined in the next 1 month or less than, do you understand?
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I didn't see that, I was like, okay, can I join? Should I join? In fact, before I sent in my pitch, it was like 2 hours to the end of the,
Yeah.
because I was still fighting with it. I already prepared the write up and everything, but I was still like, is it right for me to just come in and just post and all that? But I
Yeah.
just decided to do it because there was no there was
No restriction.
no restriction, no clause. Maybe if you're just joining, you're not supposed to be part of it. So I felt there's no harm in trying. If I win, fine. If I don't win, fine. So I just I just posted my pitch and
Yeah. Awesome. You see, that's a lesson for everyone. Do not
yeah,
put limits on yourself that no
yeah,
one has put on you. Don't put a limit on yourself that no one has put on you. I just want to recognize once again those who are on the call with us. I want to really appreciate Dixon Etufok from Ogun State, Nigeria. He's joining us from Ogun State, and I think he was the first to join. I want to appreciate Elizabeth from Lagos, Nigeria. First, she also joined very early. Uche said hi, Elizabeth, all from the Strategy Club. Beatrice joined us, and Beatrice was confident enough to do her pitch in 2 sentences. This is Peabon Foodstuff Emporium, a one-stop shop for all your foodstuff and soup condiments. We do doorstep delivery anywhere in the world, right? That's awesome. I actually got a few. I got, when I was Lagos, I got stockfish, crayfish, and catfish from Peabon Foodstuff Emporium. It's excellent packaging. And I sent it to my mom, and she said that it is so clean, as though they had taken a lot of time to, nitpick, make sure it's very clean. That's powerful work from Beatrice. Yes, Elizabeth says, I'm enjoying the session. So go, Toby. Toby has fans. So all the fans on Toby, put a like on the chat. Yeah, she has fans right now. This is awesome. From Elvis Boateng. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Let's take 1 minute break, and then we'll be right back. I'm going to let Toby take a breather. I know that the pressure is mounting. The pressure is mounting on her right now. So I'm going to let her take a short breather. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back. Thank you for being there. And if you're there, you're just joining us, we've been interviewing Tobi Akins, otherwise known as Oluwa Tobi Abiodun Akinwale, and she is the founder and CEO of Tobids. And she does something called beadification. That means we beautify you with beads, right? Whether it's beads on your wrists, on your necklace. And as you can see, she's wearing some of her beads. It's absolutely amazing. Do not fail to follow her on Facebook and Instagram, particularly. She has amazing stuff that you want to patronize. She's been doing a lot of bootstrapping, building up her business since 2016, getting referrals, getting customers, and she's just out there, fully confident of what she's able to do. And she entered the Strategy Club in style when she won second place in our last pitch competition. Tobi Akins, great to have you on
thank you,
Iwinati
sir.
Africa. We have another question for you, which we're going to expand significantly in this conversation. Now, emerging entrepreneurs everywhere in Africa, like you said earlier, that typically people place restrictions on themselves that no one has placed on them. They get into a space and then they begin to ask themselves, should I speak? Should I not speak? Should I walk this way? Self conscious, timid, scared. Now, what do you think? Why do you think emerging entrepreneurs may lack confidence, especially in our part of the world? And why would this be a problem?
Okay, firstly, I would say that maybe they've not come to the realization of their true purpose or the true purpose of why they're starting that business. Because if you come to the understanding of why you're doing what you do, you will launch out with everything in you to succeed. But if you've not come to that realization that, okay, this is the reason why I'm doing it, a lot of things will hold you down. That's what I think.
Okay, great. So there's a problem with the why. So maybe they don't have the drive that is necessary.
It's right. Yes, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, interestingly, you just reminded me of something that happened just yesterday on the Strategy Club. I think it was Chisom who asked for referral for products that she was going to send to certain referrals outside our environment. And one of our members sent in her own product. Incidentally, the recipient at the other end was surprised that it was an African product. He was like, "Is this from China? Right? Are you sure she's the one making it? Is she importing and then trying to export back to the US and so forth?" Now, I told her when she complained to me that, I mean, these people do not, they think we don't know how to do anything, right? But the truth is, there's a difference between being able to deliver and to deliver on your competency and being able to deliver in terms of your confidence, your ability to say what you can do. You can do it, but being able to say that you can do it is also powerful. Let me just
Yes.
read out Elizabeth's quote there. I'm the Techie Virtual Assistant, TVA, helping business owners and career professionals with their marketing and admin tasks so they can focus on the major aspects of their work. Thank you for sharing that. And Dixon says, Toby, I'm really learning a lot from your confidence in the train of your
Yeah.
work.
Thank you.
Beautiful. So Toby has told us that first of all, we need to know our why. Why are we doing what we are doing? Because if we don't know our why, then we are afraid of what people will think of us. There's a lady, her name is Auntie Esther. She's on Twitter. How many of you know Auntie Esther? Please put it in the chat if you know her. Toby, do you know Auntie Esther? She also does food stuff. But sometimes
Mhm.
on Twitter, she would carry it on her head and she would bump into people's trend of chats and say, patronize me, etc., and so forth. So confident, so bold. I was like, I mean, this is something that some people, because they feel that it's something that is, in quote, menial, they back out a bit. But we want to
Yeah.
come forward. We want to declare ourselves what we're really doing because the world, someone in the world out there needs it. So would you like to tell us, does confidence come naturally to you? Or are there ways in which you've developed your confidence over time?
Okay, the thing is, I'm not sure confidence comes naturally to anyone. I don't think so. We just build it over time. We build it over time. And for me, whenever I'm about stepping out, I make a decision to show up and show out somehow. I must be noticed. I
Yeah.
must be noticed. I make sure from my dressing to my shoes to even how I walk, I must be noticed. Like I make sure I'm noticed at any event I get to. Someone must ask me, "Oh my God, I love your shoes. Oh, I love the necklace you've got on," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I made them," and all that. So it's very intentional. When I step out,
Wow.
I'm very intentional. So, and the way you dress also adds to your confidence because by the time people start complimenting your hair, your makeup, or something, it boosts your confidence. So that's how
Wow.
I do it.
Awesome. That's absolutely amazing. So you are intentional about your confidence.
Yes, sir.
Intentional about confidence. And that's another powerful point. I want to ask those in the audience if you're picking up powerful points for this from this interview, just put them in the chat. The first one was that when you get into a place, you don't have to put restrictions on yourself that no one has put on you. The second is be intentional about your confidence. And Toby has told us that even with her appearance, her dressing, she's bold about it because in a line of business, if you're going to tell me I want to beadify you or beautify you with beads, then I have
Mm.
to show that it works. I have to show
Exactly.
that it works, right? Awesome. That's amazing. So you're intentional. That means you take deliberate steps. Let me ask, assuming maybe this was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe you are still building up your confidence in public settings, in meetings, online and offline. What would you remember as the gaps you had at that time compared to now?
Then I wasn't so much. I wasn't very active online. I
Okay.
wasn't. My customers were just people I knew, friends, family. I wasn't active online at all. But I started taking my online presence more seriously about 2 3 years ago. So yeah, that's the major one. That's the major
Awesome.
one.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead. Okay, so your online presence, you've amplified your online presence. And I want to say that for many people, coming online is like, am I going to face the whole world? Meanwhile, maybe about 100 people be watching, really. But you see, the psychology of it makes you feel like I don't want to be exposed that way. But your brand needs exposure. Exposure is the name of the game when it comes to marketing. So don't restrict yourself. There's competition out there, and like Toby has said earlier, that there's enough room in the air for everyone to fly. There's enough room in the air for everyone to fly. So you just choose to fly. You just choose to fly. I mean, you choose to be yourself. You choose to deliver on it. And Chisholm says intentionality is the key. Elvis says, let your appearance boost your confidence. You know, there's a way you dress up and you just know you have to show up. There's a way you dress up and it just like, I just have to show up with all this up. And typically the way I do it, I put on my hat. When I put on the hat, I know I just have to, show up because I've dressed up. Chizomo Ukachiku says, I'm a savvy tech. I love to leverage technology to solve human and business problems. I'm currently solving management issues for educators with my tech startup, EduBreed. That's another wonderful one. EduBreed. Find out about EduBreed on LinkedIn and Facebook and all the other platforms. Elizabeth says, look good, smell good too. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you for sharing. Dixon says, intentional is nothing more than doing it the way you are inwardly. I like that. I like that so much. That is so good. That is so good. So doing it the way you are inwardly. So you can't be what you are not. So you need to build the confidence from inside. Build the confidence. Sometimes you use affirmations. You declare that, look, this is who I am. I just want to come back. I just want to come back to I just want to show myself. I'm not like trying to compete with anybody. This is just me, this is just me being myself, right? All right, so we'll be back after just a quick break. Take time to watch this. Don't skip it. Be there with us, and do share this link if you're here and you're getting something powerful from the interview. Share the link with someone while we come back to wrap up the conversation with Tobi.
Dear emerging entrepreneurs, in a world where technology keep advancing, new technologies keep emerging, trust me, you want to make sure that you know how to use digital tools that can help accelerate your business. And that is why I am inviting you to an event tomorrow called Simple Technology for Small Business. And the good part, this particular event is happening tomorrow Nigerian time at 4 p.m. With me would be Kenneth Igiri and the Strategy Club. You want to learn how to use Canva to create appealing visuals that you could use to promote your business, that you could use to create your social media content. And the good part, this particular digital tool is free. So you can use Canva for free, but registration is not free. Just a little token, just a little token. All you need to do is use the link below to register for this event, and you will find yourself in the community. Happening tomorrow, April 7th, 2024, Nigerian time is 4 p.m. Come learn how to use digital tools to accelerate your business. And one of those tools that we will be talking about tomorrow is Canva. Register now. Don't wait.
All right, we're back. And that was Mary Ikwebu talking to us about simple technology for small business. Now, I want those in the chat. If you know the link to register, type it in the chat and just press the enter button. Type that link in the chat. Tobi Akins is back. We've been talking to Tobi Akins, also known as Oluwatobi Abiodun Akinwale, and she is the CEO and founder of Tobi. She's in business of beadification, that is beautifying you with beads. And if you look at her very closely, you discover that she has beautified herself too with powerful beads as necklaces on her neck. So we appreciate that she's been telling us about confidence, and I'm just going to read a few feedback thoughts from the audience. Chisom says, being good at what you do boosts confidence. And that's just saying competence boosts confidence. Competence boosts confidence. So if you know you're good at it, just flaunt what you are good at, because that's how people get to know. Elvis says confidence naturally comes from a place of authenticity, being real, right? Being yourself, expressing your true self to the world around you. Okay. Yeah, Beatrice says your physical outlook advertises you first, even before you advertise your job or profession. That is so powerful. Thank you, Beatrice, for sharing that. And Dixon says intentional is nothing more than doing it the way you are internally, and that is about authenticity. So, welcome back, Tobi Akins, and we've been talking about confidence for emerging entrepreneurs. And I'd just like you to throw a little more light in some of these comments we received, the relationship between competence and confidence, and give us context in terms of your own experience and the issue about authenticity, and maybe a little more about appearance, both online and offline. Please shed a little more light on that.
Okay, so when we're talking about competence adding to confidence, right?
Yes.
Yes. So of course, if you know what you're doing, you'll be able to talk about it. You'll be able to push it out there. When I make beats, for example, and I deliver to my customers, and they ask, "Oh, what kind of bead is this? What kind of stone is this?" I'm able to tell them the name of the beads, what it does. There are some natural stones we use that have natural energy, like the Lapis Lazuli, the tiger eye, and all that. So by the time I start explaining to them what those beads can do to them, aside from the fact that it beautifies them, when I start telling them the health benefits of those stones too, they get interested and they know, okay, this lady knows what she's doing, and that intrigues them the more. So that's confidence from knowing what you do, right? Then talking about the other part, which is what was that? About how your
That is
appearance.
the authenticity and then appearance. Yes.
Appearance, yes, appearance. So authenticity and appearance for me, like I said earlier, how I dress. I make sure how I dress portrays what I do already. Because I wear, when I'm going for events, I must be noticed. Like I make sure I am noticed.
Yeah.
I wear like beads on my wrist, like a lot of beads on my wrist, both of them, and on my neck. So when you see me, you're like, who is this lady? What is it? And they will start talking. Then you know what I do. Like, I can't come to your event and you won't notice me. That's not possible. I must notice. That's the whole idea. I must be noticed. So I
Awesome.
think,
That's amazing.
yes, I think if more entrepreneurs put more attention to their appearance, how they look, I think that would sell them first before they even open their mouth to talk about themselves. I think
So
so.
I'm gonna ask you a trick question. Between being rich and creative, what is the most fundamental leverage one can have in terms of how they appear?
How what?
They appear as an appearance. Some people might think that I have to be very rich to appear good.
That's also like I have taken looking very good very seriously since I was very young. When I didn't even have much, like I don't have much. I don't have lots of clothes, but so early I've learned to combine clothes that when I step out, people think she lives in the banana island, and I don't. I don't. I just know how to combine my clothing, the little I had then compared to now. So it's just you knowing how to dress well, how to combine. If you don't know how to combine your clothing, you can go online, you get tricks online how to do so. You can speak to friends. Okay, what do you think about wearing this and this? Does this shoe go with this and all? You know, looking good is not so expensive these days. You just have to be creative. That's it.
Awesome. Amazing. That's beautiful. And so we don't have to be intimidated by any other person. We just
No.
have to be authentic ourselves and be creative in the use of what we already have. Tomisin joined us from Nigeria. I think I know who he is, but I will not say that until somebody else picks it up. Daisy also Daisy also joined us from Ghana. Wow, Daisy, it's good to see you, right? Great. Thank you for supporting Tobi Akins. Awesome. Wow, great to see you. So once you join us, like we said, what we do everywhere we go, be confident, declare your pitch in 2 or 3 sentences, tell us who you are, what you do, and how we can reach you. That's how to put yourself out there. We've been talking about confidence, and we've touched on the relationship between confidence and competence, confidence and authenticity, confidence and intentionality, and all sorts of stuff. And confidence and even creativity in the way we appear. It's been such an insightful session. And I want those out there, I want to just recall again for those who are just joining, put it in the chat and state something that struck you, something you're going to change about yourself, something you're going to imbibe from the interview with Tobi Akins. Before we close out the session. Tobi, I want to ask you an interesting question just before we close out about your product. You pointed out something about Lapis Lazuli and generally something called energy coming from beads. Tell us about that. What is that about?
Okay, so I have particular customers that actually what they get from me are those stones because those stones have like the tiger eye, the brown tiger eye. It's there's when you wear it, it boosts your confidence. Yes, that's
Is
the
it
natural
is it a
energy.
hormone? Is it an enzyme? Is it a chemical? What is it?
Okay, it's just like no, it's a natural stone from the earth, right? So when you wear it, there's a way it just once it touches your skin, there's a way it just boosts your confidence.
Interesting.
Lots of those.
All right. So I'm going to ask everyone in the chat uh, to get over to Tobi Akins' platform. I think it's Tobit at Tobit. Am I correct?
Beats creation.
At Tobit's Creation. Yes.
Yeah.
So on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Facebook and on Instagram, particularly, follow her, ask her questions about Lapis Lazuli, energy, and all the other things about
There
amazing
are
beats
other
that she,
stones
yes,
and they
other stones that.
on our page. Yes.
Awesome. Wow. It's been awesome having you in this conversation. I'm
It's been
gonna
great.
I'm gonna hang around for a few minutes and ask someone to ask a question. Meanwhile, let me read Beatrice's comment. You don't need to break the bank to look good. Just be who you are and add a little creativity to it, then you are good to go. Elizabeth says, this is inspiring. Beatrice says, Toby, what do you know about blue eye stones? Do you have an answer to that question? Or is it a consulting session? I can be your manager, collect a little money. Go ahead. Blue eye
Okay.
stones.
So Blue eye stones is it's a bead, but it's also one of the natural energy beads. Yes, it's also one of the natural energy beads, and most people that do this what they call them, these meditations, they get them
Okay.
from us. Yes, they said it helps them relax and all that. I don't use them myself. I wear some of the stones, but
Okay.
this particular blue eyes, I don't use it. But the people that use,
Suspicious.
no, I don't know. But people that use them,
Okay, that's fine.
and they said it helps them in meditation, it helps them relax, it helps
Okay.
them that there's a kind of peace it gives to them. So
Mm.
that's it.
Quite interesting.
So
All right. So I'm sure Beatrice would like to know more about that,
thank you.
and then you can, connect with Tobi's. Right. Wow, Zoe Octavia Obaze just joined us, master of the pen and microphone from Nigeria. I'm a Christ-centered event host for weddings, kiddies, and corporate events, biographer preserving the life story of noble men and women. Thank you for joining. Elvis Boateng says your appearance could be a door opener for an effective pitch. If you want to know more about pitching, I want you to just join us at the Strategy Club. This Tuesday is another edition of the Pitch Tuesdays, and people get the opportunity to win and to win big, not that big, but to win big on our platform. It's really cool. So and I'm sure Elizabeth will put out the chat, the link to the chat in the comments, and some people will join. Earlier, we had an advert for simple technology for small business happening tomorrow at 3 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. Nigerian time with Mary Ikwebu, who'll be walking us through Canva, building an awesome brand with stunning visuals. Do not miss it. The link to join will also be in the chat. So, Tobi, it's been awesome having you. The comments are just coming in. Zoe says Tobi has pushed her beat consistently for years. We have a lot of C's coming up: creativity, consistency, confidence. Maybe we should add charisma, right?
Thank you very
Yeah, so Toby has a beat brand consistent for years, a patronizer, and was satisfied what I felt. Wow.
thank
She
you
didn't
much.
just see the beats, she felt the beats. That is awesome. Thank you, Zoe, for that. And this is Dixon saying, Toby, to what extent have you withstood embarrassing moments in the process of creating awareness of your products? That is a very good question. When you're
Oh,
for example, if you are coming to the strategy club and you spoke and we said, please sit down, you're coming for the first time. How would you have responded to that? I'm sure that's the kind of thing
uh
she's asking. Tell us.
the thing is, I know that not everyone will accept me or what I do. So once you know, have that at the back of your mind that it's not everyone that will accept you, then you will come out boldly. So by the time you now face those setbacks, right? Setbacks in quotes,
Yeah.
then you just have to stand your ground. Because there are people, when I go for events and I talk to people about beadification for events and all, some people are like, they don't buy the idea, and some other people are like, wow, what an awesome idea and all of that. So those people that encourage me, that believe it and love it, I let those ones, the comments from those people encourage me rather than the little, few, because those ones that actually don't buy into the idea are very few compared to the
Mm.
people that buy into the idea. So why would I let the little comments from those other people pull me down? No, I won't.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, in essence, we are aware of the fact that not everyone will like us.
Yes.
Not everyone would like us. It's as simple as that. I mean, fact of life. Fact
Yes.
of life. So we're not going to be liked by everyone. We're not just going to be liked by. We shouldn't expect to be liked by everyone. We should rather focus on those who are encouraging us to move forward. Thank you, Toby, for that. That is awesome. So I hope that helps you, Dixon. That even when it seems embarrassing, when there is negative feedback, we can be sure that those ones who give us negative feedback are not the only ones who are in our field of influence. Thank you very much for that. All right, so we have to stop here. I would love to go on forever, but it's better for people to say, "Give me more," than you're getting boring. So, so we're going to close out the conversation, and yeah, very well. All right. Elvis says, knowing that you could be rejected prepares you emotionally. It's being self-aware. Thank you for that, Elvis. That is awesome. So I want to thank you, Toby. Hey, wow. I see Chidinma here. Ekene Okoli. She says thank you, and I'm sure she's been impacted. She's been
Thank you
impacted.
everyone for,
Uh,
I really
awesome.
appreciate.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Global Health Kitchen, nice promise. Wow. This is from Promise. Great time from Elizabeth. We could go on and on. Chisom says, focus on the majority. Focus on
Yeah.
your majority. That is awesome. Give me more, says Elizabeth. Oh, so we'll come back for part two, right? We'll come back for part two. So please share the link, inspiring session from Elvis. Share the link, like it, pass your comments, invite someone, let someone be inspired, particularly someone who is an emerging entrepreneur. And we define them as those who are not known, who are hidden somewhere, who are not popular, not necessarily very rich, but they have somewhere they are going. So once you have somewhere you are going, you have to stand your ground on your confidence. Keep growing your brand, keep doing what you're doing, and make the impact. So, Toby, thank you for being with us. Any final words before I close out? Mute. Go ahead. Any final words before I close out?
Okay, I just want to thank everyone for joining in. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I also want to encourage the entrepreneurs here that just keep going, keep fighting, keep being yourself, and don't forget to stand out wherever you go. Take care.
All right. Thank you so much, Toby, and have a wonderful